Hi and welcome, whether you're gonna catch me on IGTV or on YouTube. I do have two cameras, so I'll try to look at both of you. I'm Andrea, weight loss and life coach here at Coach Me Amazing, and I'm here because after a few tries I lost 45 pounds and eventually kept the weight off. And in today's video I want to talk about one of the main tools that helped me do that. And first of all, I want to say that since I started coaching, I haven't talked a lot about the tools. I focused on personal growth. There's a boat passing by. You might hear some noise. I focused on growth and mindset because here's the thing about tools. I'm gonna let the boat pass. Let's take any tool, for example. Let's say Instagram. And we have people who have 10,000 followers, we have people who have 60 followers. The tool is exactly the same. What's different? It's the person who uses the tool. So yes, tools are important, but how you use them and how you are and behave brings results more than the tool itself. Anyway, tools are important, so let's talk about this one. And I think for me, the most important one, the most useful one, was the 24-hour plan, food plan. I'm talking about food. And when I say plan, I don't mean the actual cooking of the food, just deciding what I'm gonna eat in advance. So the day before, I decide the food, the quantity, and the drink if that's the case, and eat that and only that. When we plan, we use the part of the brain that's thinking about your future. So the one that makes good decisions for your future self. When you pick on the spot, you tend to just use the part of the brain that's concerned with only seeking pleasure and instant gratification. So the 24-hour plan helps us develop the good part of the brain, the evolved one, rather than the caveman brain. And it helps you in a few ways. First of all, you build confidence and integrity because you do what you said you're gonna do. You eat what you said you're gonna eat, and that increases self-trust. You know that when you say something, you're gonna do it. But in terms of food, it cuts the spontaneous, unnecessary overeating or over drinking, like just grabbing stuff just because it's there. Someone brought food into the office and it's free, and you eat just because it's free, or eating due to emotions, happiness, sadness. If you're bored, how you stick to the plan, that's a whole nother conversation. So not responding to the cravings, that's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna stick with just talking about the plan now. And yeah, so it cuts that, but also doesn't give you the feeling of restriction, because you're not saying, no, you're never gonna have that. This is bad. No, it's not bad. It's just that today I promise myself that I'm not gonna eat the donut. But if I really want it, I'm gonna plan it for tomorrow. So it's not a no, it's a not now. And it's a skill that you develop in time, same as any other skill. And you start by just planning what you actually know you're gonna eat tomorrow. So you just start from where you are, not where you want to be. You going from eating completely chaotically all junk food to eating salads tomorrow, it's not gonna happen. It's not realistic. And this is how I started too. I didn't make a plan as to, oh, from tomorrow I'm gonna be healthy. I just wanted to build the integrity, build the skill. So I just thought, what am I actually going to eat tomorrow? Just wrote it down, and the next day I eat that. Let's say I want pizza for lunch and a beer, and I'll have some soy yogurt with fruit in the evening. So I write down, I want 3 slices of pizza, 1 beer, half of the tub of the yogurt, and a panette of strawberries. And only eat that. If I then get to the meal and remember, oh, it would have been nice to add some nuts to this fruit, well, that's too bad. I didn't plan it, I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm gonna remember to do that next time. And yeah, that's for the regular day-to-day. You also plan when you eat out. And this is one of the mistakes I did in the beginning. I sometimes forgot to look in my calendar and actually see if I'm going somewhere, because that's gonna change what I'm gonna eat. Most restaurants nowadays have online menus, so you can check them out in advance. You can decide what you're gonna eat. If not, I have 2 fallback options. One is to just order grilled vegetables and sparkling water with lemon on the side. Most restaurants have this. If they don't, I just don't eat. Still, the sparkling water is probably gonna happen with some lemon, but if they don't have the vegetables, I'm not gonna eat. And yeah, simple. I don't make a fuss about it. I'm also now able to plan for holidays. I went to Disneyland a couple of weeks ago, and first of all, I decided not to eat until I get there. Eating on the road is such a no-no for me because I don't feel good afterwards. And I know it's this panic. What if I get hungry? Oh my god, what if I get hungry? It's not that big of a deal. You're just gonna eat later. So I planned not to eat anything until I get there, which happened at about 2 p.m. So half a day, no food, just water, coffee, no problem. And I packed some rice, tofu, an avocado, and fruit and nuts. And that's what I had when I got there. So I had something planned already in my backpack. They were all very easy to carry, and it was just a portion for 2 people. When I got there, just had a look around, found a place that had a vegan burger. So we planned lunch for the next 2 or 3 days, the same thing. It's planned, it's fine. And then went to a supermarket and tried to get what we would eat at home. We just repeated the rice and tofu and fruit and nuts again. And we did have one unplanned food, which was an ice cream. But when we did that, it was completely conscious decision. Yeah, it's not on the plan, but we're gonna have that. When we were going around Disneyland, the smell of popcorn it was just incredible. But decided to eat it the next day, and we did. We got some really good popcorn. But I also wanted to mention that mistakes will happen. Sometimes you're gonna eat off plan, especially until you learn how to do it. It took me about a month and quite a few mistakes. I forgot to check my calendar, or we had vegetables that were going off if we didn't eat them that day, or the automatic going into the nuts bowl, just grabbing something. This took some time to get over, but it's totally doable. Okay, and mistakes. Let's talk about mistakes. Always compare it to banging your head against the table. If you do it once, it's fine, but stop. It's gonna hurt a bit, but it's not a tragedy. However, if just because you banged your head once, you continue to do it, it will eventually cause some damage. But it's a choice. You can just one meal almost never changes anything. It's fine. Just move on. Don't consider it low power. Give me a second. Don't consider it a tragedy. Consider it something expected. They will happen. You move on. You keep going. And one more thing, I wanted to talk about my own protocol and food plan. I will take some pictures and record what I'm gonna eat the next week, and I'm gonna post it next week, so you'll see exactly what's in my plate. However, I do have a few rules for the setup. First of all, I live on a boat and we don't have a fridge or freezer, so there's no storing. We cook and we eat. We shop, cook and eat almost for every meal, or at least every day. I'm vegan. I don't eat sugar or processed foods except for one meal a week that can have anything I want. So I get both variety with that exception and the fact that I eat different things every day, but I also have a routine because I tend to go for the same foods every week. It's almost like a meal plan that I go through each week. And every day I have a meal that it's heavier on carbs and one that it's lighter. I only have 2 big meals a day and no snacking in between. And just to give you an example of how a day looks like, again, I'm gonna record what I eat in a week video. I'm gonna show you exactly. For example, Saturday we always have rice and mushrooms for lunch, and fruits and nuts for dinner. Let's say Thursdays, beans and mushrooms with cabbage salad for lunch, and then a big vegetable salad for dinner. What else? Tuesday, porridge and berries with nuts and seeds sprinkled. That's for lunch, and for dinner a big salad. We also have a day with Mediterranean vegetables with rice for lunch, and then a yogurt with fruit in the evening. They're balanced, but it's always one carb heavy and one light. And I think this is about it. I'm gonna stop talking because it's been 15 minutes. I'm gonna come back with the actual menu for next week. Until then, you can just ask me anything you want. I'm gonna try to answer all your questions, and just give it a go. Plan for tomorrow and make it super, super simple and doable for you in this moment, just so you can develop the skill and then start making adjustments and go to healthier and healthier and healthier as you go. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next one.